Elizabeth with t0inky TV, and I'm here to recap episode number 12 of Emergency Couple with my favorite Jin-hyuk, otherwise known as Changmin in this drama. So from the last episode, we leave off with Changmin basically kidnapping Jin-hee into his very nice apartment condo complex, and he is telling her, don't leave, you need to stay because you're injured. And she's like, no, I need to go home, you know, this isn't right. And so she's walking out the door and he does the back hug. And so then you cut to Jin-hee telling Changmin, okay, I'll stay, but only for 24 hours and I'm gonna lock the door. And then Changmin gets really cute and feisty and says, okay, that's fine, but I have the key. And so she just kind of gives up and falls asleep, and Changmin is, you know, checking up and looking in after her. And then in this first few moments of this K-drama, you can kind of see that Changmin is a very caring, loving person, but I'm still kind of wondering, you know, how long does this last? Because, you know, he already won her over the first time they got married, but then they also got a divorce. So I'm kind of seeing if this is something that Changmin can do in the long run. In the morning, Changmin wraps Jin-hee into a human burrito, washes her face rather sloppily, but I mean, it was cute. I don't know if I would want like a finger up my nose and like water all over the place, but I mean, it was very, very cute and kind of romantic. Then he's like brushing her teeth, gagging her the whole time. And then she's like, whose toothbrush is this anyways? And he's like, it's mine. And she's like, well. Jin-hee runs into Chun-soo and the mom with the little baby. And then Jin-hee's mom is like, oh, you know, Chun-soo, you know, she's kind of like talking him up and talking her daughter up. And I think she wants those two to get together because, you know, he's chief resident. And then Changmin sees all of this interaction and he gets really jealous, really upset. And he's like, you know, I have to put a stop to this in his mind, or that's what I'm thinking. And so he talks to Jin-hee and he's like, you know, I want to start over. I want basically a redo. He wants a redo. She's like, I think she's very hesitant. She doesn't know what to say at this point. And he's kind of like saying, you know, don't say anything now. Think about it, you know, give it some time. So Changmin finally gives back the red coat that he beat up at the bar a little while ago back to Chun-soo. And the reason why he stole it, it's because he felt jealous that Jin-hee gave Chun-soo the coat, and then he was also jealous of the fact that Chun-soo was so happy receiving the coat that he took it out on the coat. And then Chun-soo was saying, well, you know, you're acting very childlike. And then Changmin was like, oh, please don't insult the children. So it was very cute. I think that they're very witty words that are happening and word play and just kind of like some pretty good dialogue that's happening between all the characters. So I think that this whole episode was pretty well written. So one of the highlights of this episode is that Changmin's mom invites Changmin at the last minute to come to dinner with her, and she's already at the restaurant, so he doesn't have a choice. Unbeknownst to him, Changmin goes in, sees the whole setup, and then right away he's cranky, he's grumpy, he's just shoveling food into his mouth. Autumn's kind of like, ooh, this is not a good situation, so she ducks out after being pretty much humiliated by Changmin. The mom is horribly embarrassed, but then Changmin's like, you know, don't butt into my life like this. If you would have just asked me if I wanted to have this dinner, I would have thought about it and then given you my answer. But I think he was really upset that she didn't even give him that opportunity to think for himself, which sounds like very much a pattern with his mom, is like pretty much forcing her will on the son. And now finally Changmin is standing up to the mom. But you also see a really bratty side of Changmin, because Autumn really didn't do anything to Changmin to warrant such rude, hostile behavior from Changmin. So you kind of can see, you know, just a little glimpse of what he might have been doing to Jin-hee, you know, those many years ago when they were, you know, married. Because it's kind of like he's really immature. When he wants to be a brat, when he wants his own way, he really makes it clear and puts the other person in their place when they really don't even need to deserve that kind of scolding or just a put down. Because it's like, Autumn really, although she is kind of like the antagonist second lead female, she really didn't deserve that, because the whole time she's kind of like, of course she has a big ego and, you know, she's looking pretty stunning, but she really didn't need that kind of a set down. It just seems like Changmin was just being a real big jerk. Jin-hee gets a text from Chun-soo. She kind of gets a little bit giddy because, you know, it's not something expected. And you know, when somebody that you like and you get a surprise text message from them or a missed call from them and you didn't expect them to call or text message, it kind of leaves you with like a little bit of butterflies, and I think that that's what happened to Jin-hee. Unfortunately for Chungmin, it was at his place. So with that message, Jin-hee tells Chungmin, you know, I really don't want to start over with you. I like my life as it is now. I can't really see myself with you anymore. And then, you know, Chungmin doesn't want to take no for an answer, so he scoops Jin-hee up into a big giant kiss. So that's kind of where we are left off in episode number 12. For me, I thought that this episode, there was a lot more interaction with Chungmin and Jin-hee. You get to see still the immature side of Chungmin because he's bratty to his mom, he's bratty to Autumn. I really think that the mom and him kind of have very similar personalities. They're very, you know, large personalities. They want what they want. And if you get in their way, they're gonna kind of like stomp all over you and make you feel bad. And with Jin-hee, you know, she's growing a little bit more of a backbone. She's saying no to Chungmin, not that well, but at least she's trying. And then you could see little sparks of genuine interest into Chun-soo. So it's like not so black and white, like, you know, you could tell the female lead is after one guy or longing for one guy. I mean, so thanks so much for watching. Let me know what your thoughts are on Emergency Couple, episode number 12, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, bye.